a chilly Tuesday evening in Chicago, where the wind moves fast and people move even faster, Lena Taylor sat on the couch scrolling through her phone waiting for her boyfriend, Ryan Miller, to come home from work, trying to ignore the growing pit in her stomach that had been bothering her for weeks. Their relationship used to feel effortless late-night milkshake. Runs rooftop sunsets by Lake Michigan, dancing in the kitchen to old R&B songs. But lately, Ryan had been distracted, distant, and always glued to his phone, like it was more alive than their conversations. Lena kept telling herself she was overthinking it, that maybe work was stressing him out, that maybe she just needed reassurance. Until she saw the notification that changed everything. A text on Ryan's lock screen, flashing brightly in the dark living room. Had a great time today. Same place tomorrow. Lena froze. Her chest tightened. She tried to breathe, tried to think logically, but her mind spiraled instantly. Who is M? What time? What place? What great time? The smiley face wink felt like a slap. And if you are listening to this story right now, don't scroll, because what you think is happening isn't what it seems. Lena sat there staring at the phone like it was a bomb, her heart racing, her hands trembling. This wasn't snooping. She didn't go looking. The phone lit up on its own, and the universe shoved the truth in her face. When Ryan finally walked in, smelling like cold air and late-night office coffee, Lena asked, "Who's M?" He froze mid-step, not because of guilt, but because he had no idea what she meant. "What?" he asked, confused. Lena held up his phone. "This message had a great time today. Who is she?" Ryan blinked, stunned. "Lena, it's not what you think." But that sentence, that horribly cliché sentence, only made her explode. "Don't you dare say that. Do you think I'm stupid? I've been feeling you pull away for weeks. I knew something was wrong. And this proves it." Ryan tried to reach for her hand, but Lena pulled back like his touch burned her. She felt betrayed, humiliated, replaced by some mysterious woman he apparently had a great time with. Angry tears blurred her vision. She turned away from him, pacing the living room, while Ryan tried to explain, but every word he spoke sounded like noise. "Just tell me the truth," she shouted. "Tell me who she is before I walk out that door." Ryan stood still, watching the woman he loved crumble in front of him. Realizing too late how his silence, his stress, his lack of communication had created this disaster. The real suspense begins here, because the truth behind that text message is not what anyone would expect. Lena stormed into the kitchen, grabbing her jacket, ready to leave, while her mind replayed every moment of distance between them. The late replies, the cancelled plans, the forced smiles, the nights he sat in silence pretending to be tired. "It all makes sense now," she whispered, heartbroken. "All this time I thought you were losing interest. Turns out you were giving it to someone else." Ryan felt his throat tighten, panic rising, because the situation was spinning out of control fast. "Lena, please, I need to tell you something." But Lena, hurt and shaking, snapped, "Unless the next words out of your mouth are the truth, don't say anything at all. And right here, if you're watching this video, don't skip. Because what Ryan reveals next flips the entire story upside down." Ryan slowly stepped closer, swallowed hard, and said in a barely audible voice, "M is Mark, my brother." Lena froze mid-breath, her rage colliding with confusion. "What?" Ryan ran a hand through his hair. "Mark, my older brother. He's been going through a divorce, and he didn't want anyone to know. He asked me not to tell you because he was embarrassed." Lena blinked fast, trying to process. "Then why the winking emoji? Why great time?" Ryan exhaled shakily. "Because he tries to cover his pain with humor. He thinks sarcasm makes everything easier. We met for lunch at the old diner near his office. He just needed someone to talk to." Lena felt her anger collapse into bewilderment. She looked down at the phone again, suddenly noticing something she missed. The contact name wasn't saved, because Ryan had recently swapped phones and hadn't transferred all contacts yet. Cher jumped to the worst conclusion. But how could she not? Everything looked suspicious. Everything felt wrong. Tears filled her eyes again, this time from shame instead of fury. "Ryan, why didn't you tell me?" He sighed, sitting down on the couch like the weight of the world finally caught up to him. Because I've been overwhelmed, trying to help Mark, trying to keep work together, trying to keep us together, and I handled it all badly. I shut down. I pushed you away. I made you feel invisible, and I hate that I hurt you. Lena sank beside him, her hands shaking. I thought you were leaving me emotionally. I thought I wasn't enough. Ryan took her hands gently. You're more than enough. I was just drowning and didn't want to pull you down with me. The tension in the room softened, but the wounds still stung. Communication. The thing they thought they were good at had crumbled under silence, assumptions, and exhaustion. I'm sorry, Lena whispered. I should have asked before jumping to conclusions. Ryan shook his head. No, I should have talked. Really talked. Not hide behind stress. They sat together quietly, letting the emotional storm settle. After a while, Ryan pulled out his phone and showed her the rest of the messages. Mark joking about the therapy lunch, asking for distraction, asking for guidance. Nothing romantic, nothing secretive, just pain between brothers. Lena felt her heart sink with guilt and relief mixed together. She softly leaned into Ryan's shoulder, and he wrapped his arms around her like he hadn't done in weeks. Can we fix this? She asked, voice fragile. Bing. Only if we promise never to let silence speak for us again, he replied, kissing her forehead. They talked for hours, the kind of deep, messy, honest talk that relationships need to survive. They cried, they apologized, they explained what had been hurting them long before the text message ever appeared. And by the time the night ended, something surprising happened. They felt closer, stronger, real. Because sometimes a misunderstanding doesn't destroy a relationship, it exposes what needs to be healed. And if you are listening to this right now, don't ignore the message of this story. Communication saves relationships more than love does. Always talk, always ask, always clarify before assuming. Because one misunderstood text can destroy years of trust unless you fight for the truth. If you want more emotional, suspense-filled couple stories, hit follow. Your next lesson in love might be the one that saves your relationship.